From a general perspective, do you think that the government should redistribute its citizens' wealth by forcefully taking money from some citizens through taxes in order to provide free goods and services for others?
For your listeners, I smiled at about the third or the fourth time that you weight a question infused with your own ideological views, rather than asking me a question that allows me an answer. So I have to, what you saw happening up here, simply argue with the premise of your question.
Which premise is incorrect?
Redistribute is an incorrect premise, unless you.
Oh, the government does not redistribute wealth?
The federal income tax in 1918 taxed people of greater wealth to support people of lesser wealth.
That's not redistributing?
You call it redistribute, which is a label, and I respect your right to have a label.
Well, I mean, I defined it. Forcefully taking money from some citizens through taxes in order to provide free goods and services for others. Say like Medicaid, or
rather than quarreling with your habit of infusing your questions with your own characterizations of things, forcing is a characterization. We live in a society.
Are taxes forceful?
Yeah, I was about to say, we live in a society, not for me it isn't, I voluntarily pay taxes. I think it's the right thing to do.
People are not forced to pay taxes.
Some people are, not all people. I am not forced to. I pay voluntarily. I think it's a good thing to do.
If you don't pay, will you incur in fines and jail time?
The law requires people to pay taxes.
So you're forced by law to pay?
I'm forced by law not to jaywalk or speed.
Yeah, and not to murder people and other things. So the law, all law is forceful.
All right, if that's what you mean.
Well, it means backed up by physical force. If you don't follow the law, then the government will intervene with you forcefully.
So as you saw from the interview comments, if you're looking for information for a subject rather than an argument, you'd be better off not loading your questions with words that are argumentative rather than asking me my opinion.
But you agree that it is forceful.
Tax system? Yes, I agree that it's forceful, but you're doing what is an argumentative term forceful rather than is. If you're asking me, is taxation required under the law? Yes.
Yeah, and all laws are backed up by physical force and therefore forceful.
So again, I'm going to be arguing with you rather than answering your question.
Well, no, I thought we agreed on that. You think taxes are voluntary?
I believe that taxes are required under the law, and I think that this interview is over because I'm tired and I've got to go to the bathroom.
So, well, it was nice talking to you. So maybe we disagree on the taxes. I don't think they're voluntary.
Well, I'd say they're required under the law. You want me to use
you're forced to pay.
You want me to use your words, and I choose to use my words.
But it's okay.
Certainly
we'll discuss it further on another occasion. Thank you for the interview.
But a very strange idea that the federal income tax is a form of redistributing.
Well, some of it. When you do Medicaid, they don't pay income tax. Many of them, and they get benefits. So they get free goods and services from people. So they're redistributing the money from the people that are paying the tax to the people that are receiving the benefits.
So why
is it you think that that's not redistribution of wealth?
Well, it's your characterization that is a loaded way of saying it. So I wouldn't use the word redistribute. Let me try my way, and you'll probably not agree with my way.
Okay, go ahead.
And we're each entitled to characterize.
Sure.
Characterization is a subjective way of viewing the same set of facts.
I'm trying to see if we can.
So let's talk facts.
Yeah. Okay.
The fact is that people on welfare under Medicaid are receiving money from people like me because I'm taxed and they're not.
Right.
Fact. We won't say good or bad fact.
That's a fact.
Another fact. Your house is burning down. My taxes are paying to stop your house from burning down. Is that a fact?
Yes.
Okay.
If they're collecting taxes, I want to.
Don't argue.
No, I just want to make sure that my yes is.
You don't need to. I just asked you about a fact.
Yeah. Well,
so we have two facts, right?
If I'm paying taxes to a local government to have a fire department, and they're doing a service to me, for me, then that's not redistribution of wealth because I am paying for the service I'm receiving.
And you're entitled to your argument.
Okay.
An argument is a fact that then you say you see in a certain way, and you just made a good argument as to why your house burning down, it's important for me and a community to pay for your house not to burn down, because someday my house may be burning down.
It's so like paying to prevent a harm that could be done to you.
So let's agree to disagree on
about
this.
Which?
If you agree on facts and don't load them up with adjectives, then we can argue about what the fact means. That's my suggestion to you the next time we
so
talk.
we do agree that the government collects money from some people
And
gives it to others.
And we disagree when that's justified. You think it's justified when a house is burning down and not when somebody needs medical service. And I disagree that I think both are necessary. But that's, you see the difference? If we argue about inferences, we're never going to be upset because your inference is one way, my inference is another way. But when you mix up facts and conclusions, you get into non-productive arguments, which is what happens on talk shows.
I'm glad we got through the nomenclature issue.
Yes.
But the more important issue is why we disagree, which is, do you think that the government should protect peaceful citizens against people that want to use force to take their money?
The more important issue is I got to go to the bathroom.
Okay. Very good. Bye.